Hello everybody, it's Max with Crypto Talk. Now, there's been a recent update when it comes to LCX, just dropped about 2 days ago in regards to this particular referral program. And on top of that, I want to go over some other recent developments and updates in regards to LCX. So without further ado, let's go ahead and jump right into today's LCX coverage. And I'm going to go ahead and share this basically with you. It's in regard to some of these things that have basically recently been posted and whatnot. And if anything, it's significant because, it's one of those things that we get to have or get to the point to have mass adoption. So I'm going to go ahead and full screen this. Just want to put emphasis on this and of course not my face. So check this out for yourself right here. And it's regards to just that, the referral program. Now this specific announcement comes straight from LCX, posted about 2 days ago. And it says, of course, they are pleased to inform that LCX has introduced its own referral program, right? So I went a little bit further into it and so on. And, if you're familiar with other exchanges and so on, basically they have these specific referrals and so on. But let's face it, like crypto.com, they have, for instance, the debit card. And you could get different levels and so on. But I like this with LCX. It's kind of like, the old school approach to a referral, right? So the specifics of this is that the program offers to refer up to 40% of the trading fees that have been paid by the referred person for the first 6 months on the LCX platform. I mean, this is really, really cool because you don't really see this too much, and rightfully so, because let's face it, it's part of getting the word out, that word of mouth, if you right. Now, as far as the time that this will launch, it launches today in regards to this particular referral program, which is January 2nd. It's going to be at 6 p.m. CET. Don't ask me what CET is. I don't even know what CET is, but I'll have to Google it basically to find out how that converts to my own particular time zone, so on and so forth. In reality, a lot of us might not even see this particular video until, for instance, tomorrow or whatever time it is that you view it. But if this is something you just can't wait to do, well then, yeah, 6 p.m. CET. On top of that, it says that you're going to not only be able to earn some extra benefits, but you also will be able to, of course, do just that, support LCX's products or services that you believe in, right? Now, as we know, referral programs are a great way for both individuals and companies to benefit from word of mouth. But on top of that, they are, of course, they as an LCX are excited to see new members join their community through the LCX referral program and hope to take advantage of the opportunity to, of course, do what? Earn more income. How cool is that? All right. Now, I want to bring your attention to this. Monty Metzger, CEO of LCX, has been lecturing in regards to tokenization. He's been doing this for years. Now, earlier, for instance, in December, we, of course, here at CTN reported about LCX becoming the world's first physical validator, right? Really, really cool. And the price was on the upside during that time. We saw a decent pump for LCX and so on. Why? Because for that specific reason. This first physical validator was something that was being worked on since 2019. We did a deep dive into it and so on. A lot of you guys saw it. If you haven't, I highly recommend checking out that specific video that covers that particular outline. Now, it says LCX is the first cryptocurrency platform to receive approvals for 9 license categories from the Financial Market Authority, FMA of Liechtenstein. Now, when we get into it, I'm going to blow this up. It says regulations will bring a wave of investors to LCX. You have to keep in mind, there's the whole thing of them being the target of the SEC and so on, but LCX has done more than enough to basically show that they want to be compliant. They want to be regulation safe. All these particular things, because they realize what's going to be thrown out here soon, which is that regulation. So it says LCX has become the first cryptocurrency platform to receive approvals for 9 licenses, like I mentioned, license categories, I should say, from the Financial Market Authority, FMA, of Liechtenstein. LCX has received the regulatory approval to operate the following services. And they are basically these that you see right here. TT Exchange Service Provider, TT Token Depository, TT Key Depository, TT Price Service Provider, TT Identity Service Providers, of course, Token Generator, Token Issuer on its own, Token Issuer on behalf of the clients, and of course, as reported from the previous LCX video, the Physical Validator. Now, one thing I also want to point out, and it's basically this right here. We showed you guys this before in the introduction to Galileo Protocol with Leo X, but it's nice to show you guys this again, because if anything, it's a tokenization of physical assets with what? Multi-chain smart contracts. And of course, we could blow this up a little bit more, and it gives you that visualization in regards to how this all works. Now, I won't take a deep dive into this again because I already did, but if anything, it's something to be said, right? The tokenization of physical assets, that PNFT. And for instance, I mean, the whole thing with LCX and LeoX, Galileo Protocol, right? The tokenization of diamonds, real estate, cars, arts, art, etc. It's really, really something. Why is it something? Well, it's something to the degree that even the World Economic Forum recognizes it, right? Whether you're a fan of the World Economic Forum and so on, let's face it, they basically project the total market volume of tokenized assets to surpass the US $24 trillion mark by 2027. It's a lot. Guess who's leading the way in asset tokenization? Well, of course, there's HBAR. And of course, we'll take more of a deeper dive into that. But my point is, you're already recognizing that LCX is specializing with some of its particular connections, like with asset tokenization, Quant, LCX, and LeoX. And look at this. Rapid growth of tokenized assets. For instance, projected tokenized market volume, you have listed equity, unlisted equity, investment funds. The financial services industry, like it mentions, is waking up to the transformative potential of DLT, distributed ledger technology. It's estimated that $1.7 billion per annum is currently spent on distributed ledger technology in financial services globally. The World Economic Forum estimates that up to 10% of global GDP will be stored and transacted via distributed ledger technology, like I mentioned, by 2027. Tokenized markets could potentially be worth as much as $24 trillion by 2027. Aha! Now, it takes HBAR, but the same can be applied to the likes of who? LCX. Really, really significant. Now, in regards to just that, who's paying attention? We're paying attention. If anything, we have to draw some significance to the Quant Partnership. Why? Because it's really, really huge. So Quant, of course, is integrating the LCX token for payments into the Quant Overledger. Gilbert Verdian, of course, from Quant, was talking to who else other than Monty Metzger, the CEO of LCX. This is 2 minutes. I want to play this for you guys because, if anything, it's going to draw that particular significance of why this all matters. The quant connection is always going to be huge. If anything, there's a lot of upside potential for LCX. So let's listen to this, 2 minutes, and then we'll come right back.
As well. So having that seamless bridge between existing currencies, digital assets, crypto and fiat with QNT within the Overledger network and then out the other end is where LCX fits perfectly. We're looking forward to having that integration.
Excellent. Yeah, we are very proud to partner with Quant, and I think we discussed on several levels on research and development, but also on very practical things like being part of the Overledger network and being a key gateway there. But then on top of that, it's about the evolution of the industry as a whole. And you already mentioned that it's still at the early ages. There are trillions of dollars which need to be digitalized and put into a system which is working on a global level, and DLT and blockchain technology is perfect.
Yeah, DLT and blockchain is perfect. And you love to see that these two have a great partnership. I still feel even that much more bullish on it. And especially when it comes to LCX being a small market gem, in my humble opinion, not financial advice. Now, let's get into this. I had to save the best for last, right? Let's face it. So shout out to this particular individual, Crypto Not, at CATAGORIES or CATAGORIES. Basically states LCX with the market cap at BNB. Why are we making that particular connection here? Well, because BNB is the biggest, Binance is the biggest centralized exchange out there. LCX is a lesser known exchange, but if anything, they're getting a lot of headway. They're getting a lot of that word of mouth, if you will. So $74.03, that would be a 1,319x if LCX had the market cap at BNB. Now, of course, there's always going to be the people out there that's going to say, never going to happen, so on and so forth. But in reality, a lot of things people predicted to not happen, happened. And if anything, I'm also looking at it from the perspective of it doesn't necessarily have to hit the market cap at BNB. Heck, it could even do a quarter of that market cap at BNB, and we have still an incredible gem of a low market coin/token, if you will. Crying out loud, LCX is trying to be basically an exchange bank, right? Become their own bank. That really, really stands out, and it's something else to say the least. All right. So with that said, everybody, here is today's brief LCX update. That was pretty cool. I would share it with you guys. Let me know what you think in regards to the referral program. Yeah, it's kind of a minor update, but nonetheless, it's an update, and it keeps people informed, and it is a nice way to bring more and more people to, for instance, LCX. What really stood out for me for this particular video is, for instance, some of these other things that we're mentioning in regards to the licenses, and on top of that, that quant connection. That is definitely one of the biggest catalysts going forward for the likes of LCX. So thank you for watching today's coverage in regards to LCX. Like, comment, and subscribe if you haven't done so already. You all have a blessed day, and we'll see you on the next one.